Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm with the wonderful Sally Estlin once again, and I'm back after a week's break. How are you, Sal?
Welcome back, Harry. Yes, I've missed your cheery smile. I had a week off. But I'm glad you had a break, even though it was eventful.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all in line with, sorry, what did you say?
No, I went up north away from the chilly autumn, so very nice.
Yes.
Northern rivers.
It's very much in line with what we're talking about today, isn't it?
Yeah, so I took 10 days off, which is great. Well, not quite 10, 8 days off.
Yep. So I've entitled today "Break It Up," and where the focus is all about having that break of the usual routine. And we've just had school holidays, and I had 5 days off, and I worked for 4 out of the 5 of them. But it was a different environment. It was changing up the energy. It was getting out of the usual routine. And it's like with when you exercise, your muscles have muscle memory, and they just get bored. It's like doing the same old routine every day. You need to shake it up a bit. So if you want to lose weight, you can't keep doing the same exercises. You have to change it up. It's the same sort of thing with having a break. There's so many benefits of having a break, like so many.
And you talked about being bored, and there's some really interesting research that shows that confirms that if you expose the body to anything for a continuous time, the body stops reacting to it. The response diminishes, and so you start getting bored. It's the same, and that's why breaks work, whether they're short or medium or long. They all have benefits, different benefits depending on the length. But this guy called, I can't pronounce his name, Alexandro Leris, I think in Illinois Uni, I tested students on a recall task and over an hour, and those that took short breaks performed the best. And it's got to do with this getting stuck in the routine of something not changing, and in the novelty of a change or a break or a different environment sustains your nervous system, and you engage better, you remember better, and you perform better.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I say to my clients, at least every 3 months, so that's like 12 weeks, plan to have something, to go away. It might be just a weekend away or something, but to change it up, to give yourself a break from that normal routine. And it makes sense for school kids, every 10 weeks to have a break. It's a long time to be doing, sure, they're learning different stuff, but it's still 9 to 5 or whatever, what is it, 8:30 to 3:30, whatever, every day, and it's the same old stuff. And the body gets tired as well. It's really tired. But even
many of the kids I talk to say, especially the brighter ones, I get so bored of the same thing over and over again. Yes. So often they're not learning new things, it's the same old boring stuff. Hated to bother with things.
Well, you know what I did for my kids in primary school, because it wasn't such an issue, but I would give them mental health days where they just had a day with me. I'd just do one at a time and just say, okay, you can have a day off, sleep in, let's go out for lunch, do something different, but, just give yourself a break. So I think it's important to have those mental health days.
On one-on-one with you would be awesome.
Oh, no, they're just not in the same things. Oh, what, you don't want to walk for 8K? Really? And do I want to play the iPad? No, not really.
No. Although you're pretty good on the iPad, I have to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've taught me a lot. But
so you just talked about planning a break.
Yes.
So there's lots of research that shows that planning a break can actually be more beneficial than going on one. Yeah. The effect of a holiday can last up to 8 weeks, but if you're going back into the same SHIT that you left, which is full, blah, boring, same, blah, 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 actually looking forward to a holiday can have a much longer period of lifting your state.
Well, that's very much in line with, it's all about the journey, it's not the destination. So it's that, you know, having that vision board of like, oh, wow, I'm going off to this beautiful tropical island and whatever. And when you're there, yes, it's good. But if you just did it the day before, it's just not going to be as good as something that you're working towards, you know, and got something ahead of you to keep you going. And that's what I say to my clients. It's like having a carrot, like, you know, dangling that carrot, something to work towards so that you can get through the daily grind. And sometimes there's shit of like, oh my God, I've got so much to do, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Having that sort of goal, if you like, so that I can push through. Otherwise you can drop your momentum. There's lots of, as you said, there's lots of benefits from having break from your usual routine. It relieves stress, helps prevent heart disease, helps you maintain your focus. So that's what you were saying before. It's just helps with clearing your memory or having clearer focus. What else have I got here? I've got heaps. I've got to find my other page. It prevents illness. Oh, good one for us, Harry. It improves your sex life. You find it more enjoyable. Yeah. Surveys indicate people who vacation regularly reported feeling sexier with greater romance in the relationships, which equates to better sex. So, and in line with that,
that's why there are so many spring babies.
Yeah, after spring break. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and in line with that, it strengthens relationships. Those particularly found that women who take vacations with their spouses report feeling more satisfied with their marriages. And also there was a correlation between children's academic achievement and summer family vacations. So that family bonding is priceless. It creates more memories than any other activity, and they find people place a higher value on the shared experiences they have on holidays than the material goods they have acquired during their lifetime. So you might have a nice car and you might have a nice TV or a nice couch, but it's the holiday experiences that just really satisfy your soul and boost you up and fill up that cup of happiness. Sleep improves when you have more breaks. And this is a good one for a lot of my clients. It helps you get thinner, because you're not doing, when you're stressed, often you tend to graze or do that mindless eating, and it reduces those stress hormones, particularly with women, hang around the middle with the cortisone. And it's also found to improve glucose levels. And also when you have a break, you tend to be more active, you know, you've got more time. And that was the thing about sleep. I think they found on average you sleep an hour more a day when you're having a break, when you're not doing your daily grind, and sleep more relaxing. There's so many positives, but I thought you might like improving your sex life. Woohoo! And
right.
it keeps you looking younger. When you have a break, you're not being weighed down and whatever, and it reduces a lot of those stressy hormones, so you actually look younger. So that's a point.
Absolutely.
You know, when people come back from holidays, when you see them at work, you say, wow, you look 20 years younger. And it was just having a break. Yeah, refueling.
That's right. And also the importance of taking a break on the weekend. Particularly if you're self-employed like we are, there's a temptation to work every day.
7 days.
And it's a bit of a trap.
It is. I know. Yeah.
Endless social. I mean, you've got all this wonderful poster behind you. I've got a picture from Bali. I know which I prefer, the picture from Bali. But, you know, I'm going to press the Facebook button. Yeah. Oh, my God, you could spend hours a day finishing social media. Oh. But is it real? How real is it? Not sure. That's a deep question. We could do a whole session on that.
Yeah, and I'd love to see some more research on that, because there's so many schools of thought on you have to be up, you have to be seen all the time, but then it's almost like it's too much. So it's finding that balance. And as you say, with our 24/7 type of world, and we have to be really strict with creating a turn-off time and putting up some healthy boundaries about our time and when we can and can't be available as well, because I work 7 days a week. Like, I really enjoy it, but I also get to Monday and I go, oh God, I didn't have a break. You know, I just didn't have a few hours off or a whole day or something.
Maybe work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Radical thought for the day.
I love it. But I just Yeah, go on.
Some of the benefits I've found is it allows you to better connect with family and friends.
Yeah, go on.
What I've found is it allows you to better connect with family and friends.
Yes, yep.
You get improved nutrition because you're eating home cooked food rather than takeaway or
Yep.
fast.
Yeah.
You have more time to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the biggest benefit in today's world is stress relief.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%.
You can reduce the risk of overload, and then you can reduce the risk of burnout.
Yep.
And the space that you get when you're on holiday, whether it's, you know, a really good weekend or a short break or a longer break, it gives you time to reintegrate your life.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
spaces give you wisdom. You know what it's like when you get stuck in this grind and you can't see a way out?
yep.
And it's when you completely relax and turn off from that, you get the answer very often.
Did you say reintegrate? I'd say reinvigorate.
Reintegrate, yeah, reintegrate your life. So,
Yeah.
what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Am I on the hamster wheel?
Yeah.
Is it really worth it? Does this match with my values?
Yeah.
Do I want to be working 14-hour days when my kids are young, when they need me?
Yeah.
So I just saw a family where the father is away 50% of the time.
Mm.
The mum is effectively a single mum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for 2 days. By the second day, the kids were all around me, wanting more of me. I'm the male. And, you know, it's just that energy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So it allows you to check in with your inner voice.
Yeah.
It gives you a fresh perspective. It rejuvenates you. So there's super good reasons for well-being, to taking, you know, the short breaks during the day, the medium breaks during the months, and the long break over summer.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, we're heading into cooler weather, into winter time, and I crack the sads. You know, I really suffer from that seasonal disorder thing. It's hideous. I know. Just don't come near me. I know. Smile, because it just gets me down. So I particularly like to have a warm break in the middle of winter.
Yes.
I have to get out because I couldn't live in some of the European countries which are.
We're thinking Noosa, probably.
I know it soothes my soul, and it's so good for us, vitamin D and all the rest.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the sun on your muscles, Harry. Nothing to just like, whoa, relax.
Yeah. Right. It's interesting.
I had on my little model. Now, we have spoken about this paper 53. I'll just bring it up.
Yeah.
So it's a work in progress, and this is my first very rough draft with my model here. But anyway, so I've got plan your breaks, plan your savings plan. So start to just tuck something away each week, because that's the way that I am able to get away every 3 months. Because if I have a regular savings plan, it's just small amounts just here and there, but if I'm consistent with it, I've got something by the end of 3 months. So plan your breaks, and then prioritize what's important around yourself and your well-being. So getting those boundaries in place and bonding with the family and whatever. So make that a priority. As you said, like, you know, that family where the dad was away all the time and not having it. So make it a prioritize. For me, spend some bonding family time if the kids get on board with it. And then if you make some plans and prioritize yourself and your well-being, then you've got some better direction. I haven't got a palette here with the petals, but anyway.
That's okay. Yeah.
And then once you're planning your breaks and your savings plan, and then you actually start to proceed, so start putting it in place, make some bookings and sort of execute those plans. So actually do action the getaways and whatever. You're going to have less stress overall, because you're actually having those breaks and you're getting all the effects of less stress in your life. Less chronic stress, I'd put actually too, because often it's chronic stress, it's just constant. Then finally, once you start to put it all into place by proceeding and you've prioritised yourself and your well-being and what's important, you end up just being happier. So just lighter, freer, less loaded. And overall, when you've got that direction, less chronic stress, feeling happier, you've just got a well-balanced life. So you've got everything in place, because you still have to work and pay the bills and whatever, but as you said, you're going to get that burnout if you don't start having those short, medium, long-term breaks. Super important.
Absolutely. So like you, I haven't quite implemented my paper model, but here is my model.
You've got perfect circles. Oh, you've put that on a template.
But you can get perfect circles with paper, and I'll show you how to do that because you do it. So my first suggestion is to pause.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
You can pause with your short breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, this is work for us. I'll have a little pause. I'll go and sit in the sun for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can plan your longer breaks.
Mm-hmm.
If you pause, it makes you more productive. We know that from the research.
Yep.
Plan your longer breaks. It actually gives you pleasure.
Good word. Yeah.
And then when you're on the breaks, this is what Sal does. I know. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. She plays. She plays.
Crab crawl.
As I do. So when you play, you go back into your inner child. You do that stuff. It's not big boy stuff. It's not big girl stuff. It's kid stuff when you're really on holiday.
Yeah, it sure is.
You don't need to do anything really smart. And when you've done that, you come back with purpose.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Some clarity. Yep.
You know why you're going back to work. Yeah. Maybe it's paying the mortgage, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
And then the result of all of this is, in my view, you sustain your well-being.
Yep.
You avoid illness, you sustain your well-being. I've been in burnout, I've done the executive stress stuff. Doesn't turn me on. All this CRAP in corporate statements about how they love their staff and blah, blah, blah. No corporate I've ever worked in actually ever delivered on that. It was all about the bottom line. It wasn't about the triple bottom line. It was about the bottom line for shareholders.
Yeah.
And, I got burnt out. I wasn't tough enough. So I've changed my life. But, it gets back to what you said, Sal, about prioritising what's important.
Yep.
And
yep.
If you're not in the right place, you need to change it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Spot on, because I had my action steps the same, basically. One, prioritise yourself and your well-being and putting in some boundaries. Planning, so you set a date every 3 months as whatever, and then weekends, and then just performing, putting those action steps in place and saving each week, having your vision board, pre-planning, getting excited, working towards something, setting those goals. Super, super, super important. It's interesting you're talking about the work stuff, because when you have more breaks, you're more productive at work, and so it helps increase that bottom line. And it reduces the number of sick days taken off, actually. And workers here report feeling more creative after taking time off, and more than 70% of them reported feeling more satisfied with their jobs when they had regular breaks. And I mean, that makes sense. Whenever you have a break, you come back refreshed, and it's like, I can stick at this until 6 weeks later. I'll feel it's back into the same old shit. But 70% is huge. So it's a win-win, really, for companies to allow or encourage more breaks. My brother, for example, he's been forced to take time off, which is raps because he's just having his big F birthday. But, it's rejuvenating his batteries. And he said it's just like take more and more time off. So we're blessed here that in Australia we have, what is it, how many holidays? A month's worth?
4 weeks annual leave plus public holidays.
Public holidays. You seem to be endless.
I think in the US it's 2 weeks.
I know. Yeah, it's frightening.
So it's really important. On my last holiday, we went up to Brisbane, drove up to Brisbane, checked in with my son, and had fun with the grandkids.
Yeah.
Taught one of my grandkids about. He's very bright, and I let him share my camera, and we did composing.
Oh, really? He's only years ago, isn't he? Like primary school?
But we it started raining. We went out there in a park. It started raining, so we sat under a shelter. And I said, look, it doesn't matter wherever you are. You do your little hands like that. That allows you to compose what the camera sees. And he was doing this. And then I said, oh, there's some puddles down there, and the rain was dropping off the roof into the puddles. So we were taking little videos of that, and you can put a bit of music around that and do anything with it.
So amazing. Well, you taught me in Hawaii. Remember we were walking down the road one day and you came down into the street level and it looked amazing getting the lines on the road. Incredible. Yeah. It's just your angle, isn't it? Yeah, so as you say.
That's right. Leading lines are really powerful.
Yeah. You've taught me so much, Harry.
So we did that. Photography is one of my joys. You too, Sally. Yeah. You have such a positive attitude. And then we went down, saw Teresa, who's moved into a new house. Yesterday she told me she's got not 5, but 6 kookaburras sitting on a branch outside her living room.
Get out of town. That's special. That's special. Yeah. She feeding them anything? A little bit of meat?
Oh, don't think they need it yet. Well, remember she's
the big V word.
Vegan. Don't think there's any meat in the house.
Sorry, don't even have any meat. Wow.
Then went down to meet my brother and my sister, so that was cool. Then we drove back and I did the assessments on the way back.
Wow, that was a busy time with everything else happening. It's like crazy. Sometimes, actually, that's the only thing is sometimes you need to manage your breaks because particularly if we go around Europe or whatever, you're in a different hotel every night and you come home exhausted. So, yes, you can tick it off your bucket list. I've seen those places. That's not to me, that's exhausting and you come home stuffed. So it is planning your breaks so that you do have that balance of, yes, if you want to go somewhere beautiful in Europe and yes, it's a big opportunity and it's expensive and whatever, so you make the most of it, but have those down days as well because so many people come back from Europe and go, I'm exhausted. Every day it was somewhere different, dragging my bags there, here and there. Got to the point, another museum doesn't mean anything, ticket, another church, another whatever, castle, tick, 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 and it's just like, then it's just overload, isn't it? You just literally get burnt out on your holidays.
We had a couple of days where we had one night in a place, so we only travel Airbnb. But most times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nights.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, cool.
I'd love to go and stay in Venice. That's one place we only had one day in Venice. Yeah.
Well, it's last pictures I saw of that, it was very dry. When I was there, it was sinking big time. So seasonal again. Anyway, darling, so we should sign off here, and I encourage everybody to read your blogs because they are incredible, and really just think about planning some small, medium or long-term breaks because there's so many benefits in it. And most of us just get caught up with, I haven't got time, it's too expensive, but, make that time and effort and prioritise because it's super duper important. Something I do.
So where are you going on your next break, Sal? I think it begins with C.
Oh, yes, Cancun in Mexico. It is a retreat. It's pretty full on once again, so probably need a little break at the end of it, but Joe Dispenza for a week will be amazing. Amazing. I'll come back a changed woman.
And you're going to add a couple of days on for, just seeing the place?
Oh, I would love to. Kids are in the middle of exams and things, so it's already 10 days with all the travel. So, look, I've got a day anyway, just to wind down before the...
Good.
So that'll be perfect. But the energy there will be lifting me up, filling up my glass up to the top with goodness, with awesome energy people around me. You can't beat that. That, to me, fuels my soul and is just this equivalent of a break. And it is a break with amazing people. So it's like when I hang around you, Harry, when we catch up. I feel awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Good on you. Well, we'll see you next week again. We'll work out what the topic is.
Absolutely. Can't wait.